Hello, everybody. Corey here. We're going to do the weekly roundup here for the Yieldmax ETFs, for the single stock ETFs. But just a reminder, I'm not a qualified licensed investment or financial advisor. I just gather data, present it to you. And Yieldmax ETFs are extremely risky, so please know it. Do some research on these before investing in them, and know it's what you're doing here, or what's happening with these. So we're going to do the weekly roundup here. So the next declaration date is going to be July 3rd, and the next ex-dividend date is July 5th. And believe it or not, it's already June 17th, so we're almost halfway through this, and I feel like we just did this. I guess that's what happens with my videos. I just feel like everything's back to back. But anyway, we're going to go through and we'll explain some of this. And we're not going to go into great detail. Most of you are probably used to this at this point, or were here the past week or so with the last distributions. So let's just jump on in here. We have AIYY that had 3.1 million outstanding shares as of Friday's close. And then the shares for AIYY have increased 16% since ex-dividend date. And then you can see here we have the start prices, or the start stock prices since ex-dividend for the underlying and the Yieldmax. You will have the dollar amount in the change, and then we also have the percentage in the change. So in this case, they've both went down 4%. However, it looks like AIYY was just a little better. That's why it is green. And then as far as the next line, we have the ranking. This is showing how it ranks with the other Yieldmax or underlying ETFs. So like Yieldmax is compared against Yieldmax, and underlying is compared to underlying here. So AIYY is ranking 18, while AI is ranking 17. And now this is just for this pay period here. And then we go down into the dark green section, which is their distributions. And this is their lowest amount and their highest amount, just to give you that range of what they've paid in the past. And then we had the last month's distribution on the next row, and in this case, they paid 88 cents with a 78% yield. And then on the next line, now this is an estimate for the current month based on the current IV of 49% in this case. And then the estimate based on that 49% yield or IV is 50 cents. And then the next line is showing how much short call premium they have received to date, obviously based on the trades that we have received from their website. And again, that's just to date. So we're at 17 cents or 17%. Now, if we're almost halfway through, that's not looking good for us. But maybe it'll get a little bit better. But then below that, we have some more data that you may want to see. You have the short call all trades. We have meaning net of all of the trades that have happened for the short calls. They've actually netted a negative 29 cents here. And then we have the synthetic trades. They've made 98 cents a share. And then we have our total trades they've increased about 69 cents a share, or they've received 69 cents a share. And then, of course, the percentages that go along with that in the right-hand column. And then we go down to the current estimate. Now, this is based on the numbers up there. I didn't hide it this time. I just went ahead and left it. I don't know if I hid it last time or not. I assume I did. But this is just based on the numbers as of today, so the low and the high and the average. So the low at this point, obviously 17 cents for the short call premium. The high, and this is a reminder, these are based on those three They basically have the bold lines around them. Last month's distribution, the implied volatility, and the short call premium received. So it's looking at those three. It's giving you the lowest number, the highest number, and then giving you an average of those. Now, for the bottom part where it has future estimate, the range is 43 to 88 cents with an average of 60 cents. Now, what this is doing, it's taking that short call premium and it's saying, okay, how much have we earned so far with the number of days that we've had, and as trying to estimate how much we will get over the remaining days. So in this case, we can tell that it's the 43 cents is what it is averaged. Now, last distribution, I did talk about changing this amount to possibly just do an average of each Friday, because as we come to the end, right, if we did a Friday and the next one is going to announce on the next Thursday, there's 3 trading days left, but they're not really getting that much out of those 3 trading days, because most of the trades are, some are done on, a lot are done on Thursday, but then most of them are done on Fridays. So then to me it throws it off once it gets towards the end at least. So that's why I've just thought about changing it to just how many Fridays are in the month. But I haven't done that as of yet. So as of right now, it's still just going based on the number of days. And I don't even know if it's beneficial to change it to the Fridays. I was thinking I tested it and it was not a huge change, but I don't remember at this point. I'd have to relook at it. But anyway, that gives you an idea of how to read this, and then we'll move on through the rest of these. So then we have AMDY. We have 6.65 million outstanding shares. It's only increased about 3%. AMD has gone down 4%, while AMDY has only gone down 3%. So it is doing a little better. They're both ranking 15. We have a historical distribution of 44 cents to $1.67, with last month's payout being 90 cents. Based on current IV of 39%, it estimates a 54-cent payout. However, I mean, look at this. We're not even halfway there just yet, and the short call premium is already showing 35 cents a share. If we look at the, I'm just going to say the future range at the bottom, but the other data is there if you want to look at it. But we have the future estimate of 54 cents to 90 cents with an average of 78 cents. Then we have AMZ here at 5.85 million outstanding shares. It has increased 13% since ex-dividend date. Amazon has actually gone up 1%, while AMZ has gone down 1%. We can see that they are ranking 9, AMZ 9 and Amazon 7. In fact, I'm not even going to read the rankings anymore. You'll see those there, but I won't look at them unless it's something significant. And then we might see those at the end again if I remember. Then we have a historical distribution range here of 37 cents to 97 cents. And last month they paid 95 cents. So they were on the high end there. Based on the 24% IV, though, it's only looking at an estimate right now of 43 cents. As far as the short call premium it's received so far, it's only been 12 cents. Looking at the future estimate part at the bottom, we're looking at a range of about 30 cents to 95 cents, or an average of 56 cents. Move on to Apple. We have just over 4 million outstanding shares. They have increased 10% since ex-dividend date. Apple has gone up 9%, given it ranking number 1 of the Yieldmax of the underlying. And then Apple, though, it's only increased 3%. Historical distribution 17 to 63 cents. Last month it was 40 cents. Based on current IV, its estimate is 31 cents, and short call premium, though, received so far is 23 cents. So that's looking better. It's actually looking better than last month's distribution if we're just looking at the numbers there. The future range shows 31 to 57 cents with an estimate of 43 cents. I mean, with the average of 43 cents. Coney here, 28.3 million outstanding shares. It has increased 6% since ex-dividend date. Coin has gone down 2%, making it better than Coney, which has gone down 3%. Historical distribution range here is $1.08 to $2.79. Last month's distribution was $1.70. Based on current IV, the estimate is current IV of 67%. The current estimate is $1.22. So far for short call premium, they've only received 47 cents. Future estimate shows $1.18 to $1.70 with an average of $1.36. Dizzo has almost 1.2 million outstanding shares. It has increased 15% since ex-dividend date. Disney has gone down 1%, doing better than Dizzo, which has gone down 2%. Historical distribution here has been 26 to 77 cents, with last month's distribution being 44 cents. The current IV is 22%, and the estimated distribution based on that is 32 cents. However, this shows that Dizzo has only received 9 cents a share in premium, so that's really low. So based on that and it being really low, it shows the future range being 22 to 44 cents with an average of 33 cents. Then we have Phoebe here with almost 4.4 million outstanding shares, which is an increase of 4%. Phoebe and Meta both have increased 2%, but Meta appears to be a little better here. Historical range has been anywhere from 28 cents to $1.18, with last month's distribution being 69 cents. Current IV is 27%, while the estimated range based on that is, estimate based on the 27% IV is 44 cents. So far, they've received 14 cents for the short call premium. Future here range is 36 to 69 cents with an average of 50 cents. Then we go to GDXY. So obviously the Yieldmax funds start out at 125,000 outstanding shares. This one's new, so it has increased 160% since inception. And then of course now these dollar amounts here we're looking at based on inception. And actually, let me check GDX just to make sure. I know GDXY, I would assume. So, no, this would actually be wrong because this should be the same thing. I just thought about that. Alright, so 3702, which then yeah, that makes a difference. Alright, and then I'll have to change the other one because I don't think I did Snowy that way either. But we can see now GDXY has only gone down 8%, which is quite a bit for a new fund, but in the first few days. But anyway, GDXY here has gone down 10%. Obviously, this is brand new, so we have no previous distributions. Right now, the IV for this is 30%. So, based on that, it shows an IV estimate of 47 cents. However, so far, we're only halfway there, and the short call premium we received so far has been 33 cents. So right now we have a future range of 47 to 83 cents with an average of 65 cents. Then we go on to GUI with a little over 2.8 million and with a 12% increase since ex-dividend date. They both have gone up 1%, but it looks like GUI has done just a little bit better. Historical distribution range is 23 to 69 cents, with last month being 69 cents, the highest payout. And then we have an IV of 21%, which gives an estimate of a 32-cent range. Short call premium received so far, though, is only 11 cents. So it shows a future range of 27 to 69 cents with an average of 43 cents. But we are really low right now. So, and then we have JPMO with only 1.15 million outstanding shares, increase of 18%, and JPM has gone down 2%, doing a little better than JPMO being down 3%. The historical distribution range here is 20 to 65 cents, with last month being 35 cents. The current IV is 23%, giving an estimate of 37 cents. However, we've only received short call premium of 9 cents. Future estimate range here is 22 to 37 cents with an average of 31 cents. Murney has 1.7 million in outstanding shares. They've increased 13% since ex-dividend date. Looks like Murney has gone down 7%, doing better than Moderna, which has gone down 11%. Historical distribution here has been 41 cents to $2.65. Last month's distribution was 84 cents. The current IV is 47 cents, which gives an estimate of 69 cents. The short call premium received so far has been 30 cents, which gives us a future range of 69 to 84 cents, or an average of 76 cents. Then we have MSFO with a little over 3.3 million outstanding shares, which have increased 9%. Microsoft has increased 4%, making it ranking number 3, while MSFO has only gone up 2%. Historical distribution range is 28 to 78 cents, with last month's distribution being 48 cents. The IV of 17% gives an estimate of 32 cents. However, so far, short call premium received has been 18 cents. If we look at our future range here, we're at 32 to 48 cents with an average of 41 cents. Then we have Misty with almost 8.7 million in outstanding shares, which is an increase of 34% since ex-dividend date. Misty has only gone down 8%, while MicroStrategy has gone down 12%. This has only had a few distributions, 3 to be exact, and you can see all 3 of them there. We had 252 and then our first one was 413, and then this last one was 303. I apologize, I'm not sure why the percentage isn't there for that one. But then we have a 94% yield, and we're currently showing an estimate based on that at $2.32. However, short call premium here for some reason is only showing received of 64 cents, which is really low if we're almost halfway done. But this is showing a future range of $1.59 to $3.03. So maybe we're not quite there to that halfway mark yet. I just felt like we were a little closer. I guess it is still just mid-month, but so we do, well, yeah, I don't know. We're almost there. But Netflix here, almost 3.3 million. Looks like a slight increase maybe there for outstanding shares. Netflix has gone up 4%, while Netflix has only gone up 1%. Historical distribution range here is 42 cents to $1.26. Last month's distribution was 63 cents. Current IV is 30%, which gives us an estimate of 43 cents. But the short call premium received so far is only 17 cents. If we look at future estimate here, we're looking at 42 to 63 cents with an average of 49 cents. NVIDIA with 23.3 million outstanding shares has increased 16% in outstanding shares since ex-dividend date. They have both increased by 6%, but NVIDIA is green, so it's done a little better. His previous distributions have ranged between 42 cents to $2.62, with the last month being $2.56. IV of 46% gives an estimate of only $1.17 here. Short call premium received is 64 cents so far. This gives us a future estimate of $1.17 to $2.56 with an average of $1.78. Then we have OARC here with almost 6.8 million outstanding shares with a 3% increase. And then it looks like ARC's somewhat, it's only gone down a little bit, 22 cents. And ARC has gone down 8 cents, which is 1%. Historical distribution is 24 cents to $1.09. Just know that $1.09 was at the very beginning. And then last month's distribution was 53 cents, which I think is the highest it's been in a while. I think the last couple of months it's been a little higher. But then we have an IV of 29%, which gives an estimate payout of 26 cents. But so far they have received 17 cents in premium. Future estimate here range is 26 to 53 cents with an average of 40 cents. Sorry. Then we have PayPay here with 1.4 million outstanding shares with an 8% increase. PayPal has gone down 6%. This is interesting. While PayPay has gone down 9%. Usually the Yieldmax fund ETF does better if the stock's going down. And we haven't had any synthetics close out or anything crazy that I know of. So I'm not quite sure why, without, trying to go back and see why PayPay is down so much. Or why it's down more than PayPal. I'm not sure. Alright, let's move on. So, historical distribution range here is 47 to 94 cents. Last month being 94 cents. IV being 30%, given an estimate of 41 cents. However, they've received 23 cents in short call premium so far. The future range here shows 41 cents to 94 cents with an average of 64 cents. Snowy is brand new. Let me check its date as well because I may not have changed that one. I did not. So we're looking at June 11th. I apologize for not thinking about that, but I did spend some time this weekend trying to get this workbook updated for y'all. I guess I should copy it, alright. Alright. Oh. I did the wrong thing, didn't I? There we go. So, Snowy has gone down 1%, and okay, I might have said that wrong. Snow has gone down 1%. Snowy has gone up 8 cents, 0%. So it's actually done a little better. It's brand new, so of course we have no distributions here, but right now we're looking at an IV of 37% and estimated payout of 63 cents based on that. However, the short call premium here received so far is only 16 cents. So our future range down there is 40 cents to 63 cents with an average of 51 cents. Then we have Squee here with a little over 1.8 million outstanding shares. They have increased 11% since ex-dividend date. SQUE has gone down 2%, while Block has gone down 4%. Historical distribution here is 38 cents to $2.15. Last month's distribution was $1.12. Current IV is 39% with the distribution, with the estimate there based on the IV of 60 cents. So far, they have received 39 cents in short call premium. Current range is 60 cents to $1.12 with an average of 90 cents. Then we have Tesla here with 44.6 million outstanding shares. It looks like these have decreased a little bit since ex-dividend date. Tesla has gone up 2%, while Tesla has gone up 4%, making Tesla ranking number 2. The historical distribution, 64 cents to $2.13. This is split adjusted, so that $2.13 was actually $1 something back in the day, but that was back when it initially came out. Almost, I guess, almost a year and a half now from its first distribution. Last month's distribution was 69 cents with an IV of 44 cents. It gives an estimate of 56 cents. With the current short call premium received so far of 18 cents, shows a future range of 45 to 69 cents and an average of 57 cents. And I'm actually going to have to update this because this doesn't include everything, but it's looking like I don't think it does. And actually I should change this from short call or put there as well, because we have, let's just do that now, or else I might forget later. Or I'll just, there's enough room for me to put that, otherwise I would just put short. But we have 300,000 outstanding shares right now. It's increased 50%, so it looks like some people are starting to buy into this. And this will just show you that Tesla's gone up 2% and Crash has gone down 3%. So I actually should remove these color codes from these because these do not make sense as far as this goes. And I don't think that I can even highlight those because of the formatting. I cannot, so I'm going to change this, and then I'll try to remember why, because I'll have to change the formatting on the computer. But yeah, it has so they've only had one distribution. It's been the 95 cents with the 55%. Now, based on the IV here is 44%. IV with the estimate of 73 cents. However, they've received short call premium of 40 cents so far. Now, this isn't taken into account their long call premium, which I guess I should write that down as a question for Jay this week. Because he made a comment, and I need to go back and listen to Rod's interview because I was gardening while I was listening, so I might have missed some things, but I did hear Jay say, I can explain to you why Crash would get a little bit more than Tesla. My assumption is because it has the short put that it gets premium on, but then it gets premium on the long call. So my guess is because of that. I could be wrong, but with that said, I only have the short put included in my calculations. So if somebody wants to remind me in the comments to ask Jay that question, or any other questions that y'all haven't seen answered that you want to know the answer to, just drop them below so I can remember to try and ask him, or so I can remember to ask him this week when I talk to him. But anyway, based on just the short put data here, we're looking at a range of 73 cents to $1 with a future average, with the average of 89 cents. So it could be, if we're adding in long call data, then that would be a little bit more here. And then we have Zomo here with a little over 1.5 million outstanding shares, which has increased 13% since ex-dividend date. They've both gone down 3%, but it looks like Zomo is a little better here. Historical range is 20 cents to 41 cents. Last month's distribution was 30 cents. Based on the current IV of 20%, estimate is 28 cents. Based on the short call premium received so far, we've received 16 cents. And then if we look at the future range at the bottom, we have 28 to 41 cents with an average of 33 cents. And then I spent most of my time doing this right here, because this was sort of our roll up before, but I had it embedded in my all trades tab, and then I couldn't ever like save it in time, and then we would have to wait on things to load, and it looks like something didn't load there. And actually, I guess I might not have had this data here when I did this, so I apologize, but this is giving us some of the same data. But now the other one is basically, if you're wanting to look at just specific ETFs, this is almost a comparison of between the ETFs, because you can see like all the outstanding shares and compare those, or you can look at the previous distributions and compare these. This is what we initially had started out with. For those of you that have been here a while, you know, but what we were doing, we were looking at AIYY, and then we're having to scroll and go through everything, and then we were having to come back, which is why we went to the other method. But this method, you can compare if you're wanting to. I'm just not, these are the new ones, and I guess I should have, let's see, there we go. Like I said, I was just working on building this week, and this weekend changing this, and for some reason, yeah, the filter's not working. Probably because it wants me to select, and I don't even know how to select, yeah, all the files, so I can't filter. It's just I added these two at the bottom. Of course, Snowy's also in there. What else? I guess that's it for now. But anyway, again, it's just sort of a roll up, and here we go. Let's freeze a pane. Maybe. Okay, there we go. There we go. Again, now here's our IV. Oh, well, so I know why these aren't here, because these are distributions. We haven't had one. I don't. Oh, this one also was not showing on the other tab. So there must not have been some kind of loading or something happening when I copied and pasted that. But there's all those estimates based on the IVs. And I wish I could sort these, so sorry about that. I'll have them next time I do this video. And then those that what they've received so far on their premium, the average so far. Of course, now I don't have like those future and all that other stuff there here. But I have these trades, all the stuff that was at the top, basically. And then these are the actual numbers here. And then this says, yeah, the trades, the total trades per share, what the total trades basically equate to. So in this case, if we look at AMZ here, so far this pay period, their total trades have been negative $3 million, which breaks it down to, okay, well, what does that have to do with the, stock price in the fund? Well, that breaks it down to 51 cents a share. So due to those trades, it has dropped to 51 cents. And then Coney, it's brought in 38 million, so it's increased the share by $1.35 share price. And then here's a little better looking at these as far as those rankings that we have on the other tab. The unfortunate part is I can't sort these because of me not wanting to filter there. But you can see all of the rankings there. We see so that the S&P here is up 1.47%, while the NASDAQ is up 3.3% during this pay period. And then just looking here, so ranking number 1 is NVIDIA, it's up 6%. 2 is Tesla, it's up 4%. 3 is Apple, it's up 3%. 4, Phoebe, it's up 2%. And number 5, Microsoft, it's up 2%. And we'll look at the bottom ones here. So number 22, PayPay is down 9%. And then 21, GDXY, it's down 8%. And then we have 20, Misty, it's down 8%. Murney, 19, it's down 7%. And then for some reason I don't see 18 unless there's like two 17s because they're exact numbers, which I doubt. Alright, I don't know why I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'll have to look at this because the rankings, there's like a miss there. So let me put this on here. I'm going to come back to check on this to see why we're like skipping a number there. So we said 18, so 17. The next one's Coney, down 3%. But then let's look over here. We have the underlying. Zoom out just a little bit there. Number 1 here is probably going to be, no, it's not NVIDIA. It is Apple. Number 2 is NVIDIA. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 1 is Apple with 9%. 2 is NVIDIA, up 6%. Number 3 is Microsoft, up 4%. Netflix, number 4, with up 4%. And number 5 is Meta, up 2%. So this one actually has the 18 on it. That's interesting. And it only goes to the 21. It doesn't skip a number down. All right. I guess I should add Ybit on here. I didn't think about that either. In fact, on this sheet, I could add Ybit and Ulti. It's not going to hurt anything. Well, okay. Yeah, I can't add Ulti because it's going to be on its own because it has its own trades. Ybit, since I've started putting these in here, then I could put this here, but I'm going to have to pull in all of the data from the Ybit workbook. So I'll put that there. Hopefully I'll see that next time. Which then means I should have it here as well, right? All right. So let's look at the bottom, 21. So MicroStrategy is down 12%. Number 20 is Moderna, being down 11%. 19 is GDX, being down 10%. 18 is PayPal, being down 6%. Sorry, 17. I was counting to make sure I did 5. AI is down 4%, ranking number 17. So now, if we look at these colors between these, let me zoom out a little bit. We can see which ones did better. If you want to look at the colors, like if we were looking at these, you can tell in this column, if it's colored like those green, that means they did better. It did better than the underlying. And then if we're looking over here, if it's green, then this underlying did better than the Yieldmax. And then in the middle, in this column, I actually have it to tell us, Yieldmax or underlying, which one did better. Apparently, I need to copy the formula on those. And then I have it add up there at the top. So, yeah. didn't. Yeah, so if we look there, we actually have 9 of the Yieldmax doing better than the underlying. So anyway, that is where we stand so far for the Yieldmax single stock ETFs, and I hope y'all enjoyed it and got something out of it. Yeah, and if y'all have any questions that y'all want me to ask, Jay or anybody there about any of the question on these funds, ones that haven't been asked and answered before on interviews, because I'm not going to ask things, that are already answered out there. However, I could still help answer the question if there's something that you've missed or whatever else. And I know I had a conversation with Jay a while back, and then I was going to do a video and follow up because I didn't record it or anything like that. In fact, I was having technical difficulties that day, and I had to change over from my computer to my iPad to talk with him. But and then I never got around to doing the video with all the questions, and I think most of them have probably been all answered or said in interviews before. Of course, I'm more of a technical person, so I'm talking more technical things in the trades and the files and how things work and stuff. Most things that people don't care about, but some things that people did. But again, most of that stuff was covered in other interviews. But if y'all have anything that y'all have questions about, just let me know, and I'll see about getting you the answer. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later, and I hope y'all have a great week. Thanks. Bye.